Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do your November the 17th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. I'm feeling a bit pressured time-wise because I know my alarm is about to go off and it's nowhere near me to turn it off, which means that it's going to wake up a lot of other people. So let me hurry and get through this meditation. The title of this meditation, Affirming Our Step 3 Surrender, striving to maintain and build on our surrender. We are better able to live and enjoy life in the moment. That comes from It Works, Step 3. Before recovery, we had one primary strategy to help us deal with life's stressors, beating our addiction. Drugs helped us escape from an abusive household or the feelings of loneliness from our partner's death. They soothed the anxiety caused by our job, our rent, or the fact that we had neither. We fled from the anguish of raising teenagers or the loss of a pregnancy. However well this strategy worked at first, ultimately, it was not sustainable. The drugs stopped working, the money ran out, incarceration, overdose, degradation. We know the drill. In recovery, we are shown new approaches to handle life's challenges and even our successes. We learn to surrender our uncomfortable feelings, to accept the outcome of the day's events, to cope with the grimmest of tragedies, just to be in the current moment. Practicing the third step daily, from the moment we open our eyes, helps many of us to deal with life on life's terms. We turn it over by whatever method or ritual we find works for us, praying, meditating, sending a gratitude list to our network, calling a fellow addict who's struggling, or just taking a moment to acknowledge whatever's out there or within here. We affirm our step 3 decision and surrender just for today, every day. We find that the practice of a daily surrender is sustainable. This process of surrender is a muscle that we build so that we can rely on it during our toughest moments. Just as critically, surrendering makes space for us to thrive. Turning over our will is metaphorically taking out the trash, clearing the cobwebs, airing out the sheets. It's washing the windows, not merely to see out, but to get out there and make our mark on the world. Today, I will use the third step as a strategy to engage with life right here, right now. I can deal with the hardships of this moment and the good stuff too. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today, please and thank you. Affirming our step 3 surrender. I like it. I love this meditation. It really breaks it down, right? It gives no room to wiggle out of doing it, right? It hits all of the marks. It hits all of the marks. It talks about why we need to surrender, why it should be in the forefront of our minds to surrender on a daily basis. It's sustainable. Sometimes we have to do it moment by moment, understanding that we go through life. And as we go through life, trying to do something different than we've always done, which always gave us the same results, is actually practicing sanity, right? And so we go through life and we make a decision. I am not going to use. I'm going to get through this. The feelings will pass, and I'm going to surrender to my higher power. And the reason that I love it is because it breaks down all of the options, right? Of what turning it over to could possibly be. Praying, can be what we turn over to, surrender to, meditating, sending a gratitude list to everyone we know. I never thought about that. I personally have never thought about taking my gratitude list, right? Taking my gratitude list and sending it to everyone I know. I've never thought about doing that. I just thought it was so personal, right? I don't think I ever will, but the thought of doing it is exciting to me, right? So it's something that, I might approach eventually. Calling a fellow addict who's struggling. I like that. I like that. When you call a fellow addict who is struggling, they generally are suspicious of, why are you now calling me? You haven't been calling me. Right? It's kind of difficult to bridge over that initial stage of that conversation, but I think it's one worth working on, right? I have called other addicts when I was struggling. I just did that yesterday. I said, you know what? I need to talk to somebody that remembers me 10 years ago, right? Has enough history in this program or enough history with me to know that when I am dealing with injustice, the thought of biting my tongue or putting words grammatically in their proper place or expressing myself in a genteel manner, right? It's not on my brain. It's not. I need to talk to somebody that I can just laugh and talk and say, whew, I can't believe I got through that day, right? Okay. So these are things that we can do. So just taking a moment to acknowledge whatever is out there or within here. It kind of breezed over that, right? Trying not to use the word God or higher power, but we know what it means. We know what it means. Let's not get stuck on wording, right? I like this meditation. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. And it has me thinking. Metaphorically, I want to take the trash out. I want to clear out the cobwebs and air out the sheets. I want to wash the windows so that I can not only see out, but I can get out there and make my mark on the world. I like that. So let's surrender today. Let's make it up in our minds that surrender is going to be a part of what we do today, intentionally. Okay. My name is MightyStream, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this meditation today. I'm going to have a beautiful day. I know that I am. I'm up and at it. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose too. Talk to you tomorrow.